Well, he's glad to be there, and he wouldn't want to say so much, but he's 31, and I think what he did how many years ago, 6 years ago, he wouldn't want to do it in the US.
But you heard him say he will let his feet speak. Don't mess around with it.
No, feet speaking simply means playing the ball.
Oh, come on, guys. Let's get light. I'm just saying that. Don't just still mess around with it. So now it seems if it's not the MLS, you're going to China.
Yeah, that's where it is. But I think I prefer MLS to China.
Some Brazilians came here too. So.
Yeah, definitely. You know, if it's not MLS, of course, it's Nigeria. Yeah, definitely. Okay, well, Tana Ayejino joins us now. Good morning, Tana.
Yeah, good morning, Cecilia.
Good to have you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Tana, it's been forever. But we're so glad to have you join us this morning. Tana, so much has happened with sports in the last 2 weeks or so that you've not been here. What really got you talking in sports in Nigeria?
Yeah, I think for me it was Sunday Olise's rant. You know, making all the noise, you know, ahead of the game against Egypt, and I felt probably it was a mind game for him. Maybe he was trying to make the Egyptians feel things are working out here well, and probably trying to do his underground job. But the things I've seen in that time, in that period, in 2 weeks, I've seen that we're actually disorganized ahead of that game. Having lost out in Chan, we had a coach who couldn't hold back his grievances, and you know, came out against his employers, came out against his ex-teammates, came out against the media. And when you fight such wars, I don't know how you're going to come out unscattered.
There's a twist to all of this now. The sports minister says, how can we be believing what we saw on YouTube, that it might be some sort of fabrication? I don't know if you heard about it, but I listened to the minister say that what's going on? Well, it's also on his website.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
You know, this is Nigeria. Sometimes the more you look, the less you see. So the minister is trying to be careful. Sometimes we make certain comments. Olise wasn't under any pressure. He wasn't asked a question by any journalist. He went back to Belgium, sat down, and composed it. You know, it wasn't like somebody forced him to say it. But, you know, sometimes, I mean, in such situations, you see people come out to say, we did this under pressure. So the minister was probably, that was what he was trying to say, like, okay, maybe back his coach and all that. I spoke with him as well, that's the minister. And he said, well, when you have a coach that's sick, I think what you need to do is to support him rather than, you know, adding to his health issues. And for me, Eagles as a brand, we need a healthy coach. We need someone who is at his best. It's a brand. That's what we call it. It's a global brand. At a point in time, we're 5th in the world rankings. You know, at the time, we were 2nd most entertaining team behind Brazil. This was early '94, and Sunday Olise as a player was part of this golden generation of footballers. And him coming in, we were expecting maybe, you know, a resurgence. You know, trying maybe he could bring back the magic one, bring back new players who could take us to that level. But the way he started, we're just beginning to see that probably this is the beginning of the end of the romance for him.
Okay. All right. Let's start with Sporting. So now what we have on the papers, just what you just said, there's one on page 4, Dalong saying Olise's YouTube rant manipulated. I don't know what that means. And also, okay, you get it after the program, Sporting Son, you read the details from there. Now, Champions League round of 16, I think this is the biggest headline here. Mikel breaks 10-year jinx as PSG grabs slim win. Now, let me ask you a question on Mikel Obi. You know, after scoring that game against PSG, a big game like that, you think he can score a return leg?
The return leg?
Yes.
Well, we get to watch Mikel score maybe once a year or once. In fact, he scored 6 goals in his entire Chelsea career. That's 6 in 10 years. If I see him score in the return fixture at Stamford Bridge, then I think we'll probably win the World Cup.
Okay, now just take a look at the statistics against Macclesfield in 2007, against Nottingham Forest in 2007, and of course against Fulham in 2013, against Derby County in 2014, Sporting Lisbon in 2014, and of course PSG in 2016. Now, looking at the break, 2007, 2007, only in 2013 scored just once, 2014 twice, and 2016 he has started. Napoli get to score 3 this year, and of course we get to win the World Cup.
Yeah, of course, but I think what happened yesterday was, for me, a better fortune for Mikel. And amongst his two coaches, I think Sonny Olise will be the happier. We have like an attacking option going up front. He's got all the chances at Chelsea under Gus Hiddink, and he played, one of his best games yesterday, atoning for the mistake he made. It was a rash tackle. He shouldn't have done that. And then the resultant free kick, deflected off him as well. But he went forward. He came with a lot of confidence. In fact, people were asking, what's he doing at the other end of the pitch, And then he got his chance and, slipped it in. A great goal for, I think that would help us ahead of Egypt. If we have an Odion Ofari or Kelechi Iheanacho do well in goal, then it means the coach equally has more firepower in attack from people like Mikel, who can join the attack and score goals for us.
See, our players are scoring, so Eagles
is... I'm not very sure about Mikel's in terms of being prolific, because for Nigeria, he scored 4 goals in 71 games, so it's not exactly the most prolific midfielder. We need our strikers to be on fire.
What he's saying is that he says when the strikers are not firing, you can rely on
someone that has got 4 in 71.
Okay, we are not discussing Mikel. Okay,
we had Chelsea strikers not scoring yesterday, and Mikel came up and
gave
that valuable away goal.
When you have Diego Costa, he gets and how valuable it is. Tayo, give him the credit. Okay, the last one.
It broke the internet. It broke the internet with his goal.
When Mikel starts scoring, then things are
looking good.
Yeah, somebody tweeted yesterday that if Mikel can score in 2016, then he's going to make it this year. That's it. I think for us.
Let's stay with that.
And the commentator shouted and said, China deal, the last one coming from Sporting Sun from me. He said Martins to pocket 12 billion naira. Why is Obafemi Martins going to China? Is it because he's paying too much tax in the US? Because I know he's the second highest paid player in MLS.
Yes, Cecilia, I shouldn't be asking. I've gone on Google already to find out if there's football journalism in China. I want to go there as well and fill a deal.
I asked you questions
12 billion?
When are you going?
What's that?
When are you going? What did you find out?
I haven't had the right searches yet.
Learn the language first.
Learn Mandarin first of all. Then we'll start thinking about going to China.
Don't worry, I'm going to pay somebody from the mega box I get, you had to, do the translations and all that for me. So the players, everybody is moving to China now. They've got the money, tax-free, they've got the facilities, they've got the environment and atmosphere, and most guys want to play there. And you see a lot of these guys who go in there now have actually made their mark in Europe or wherever they've played, and now they know that, well, it's payday time, we have to go collect the pay, come back. There's life after retirement now.
Yeah, it's a very short career.
Bad money.
Okay, let's go straight to Sporting Life now. This 1 year of Jonathan Apobere says Nigerian coaches can't handle Eagles successfully. What do you think about that, Tana?
Yeah, I don't want to agree, because if they can't do that successfully, then I think we should be comparing it to other sectors. That means Nigerians can handle their internal affairs successfully. We've got the coaches. I think what we need is an enabling environment.
That's right.
I still don't think Keshi didn't do well. He did very well. He won the AFCON. Qualified us for the World Cup. We got to the second round, equaled all records before him. I think that, for me, is a statement. If probably was given more chance, he would have moved on. But when you bring in somebody like Sunday Olise to manage the national team, somebody who had a third division experience in Belgium, you have people like Akpobere now saying all sorts of things. Other than that, we have very experienced coaches here. We have good coaches here who can, if given the right condition of work, can move the Super Eagles forward.
Awesome. Okay. Let's still Mikel's goal cancel of Chelsea, the loss that we talked about that one already. Amunike appointed Flying Eagles coach.
That's right.
I listened to the appointments and I was shocked. You took Manu Garuba to the Flying Eagles, and now you bring him back to the Golden Eagles and moving Amunike up to Flying Eagles. I don't understand. What's the rationale for such decisions? Sometimes we make panicky moves. When Stephen Keshi was thrown out, maybe to spite him or maybe just to show the world that we're organized, we brought in an Olise, and now we're passing through another recession, so to speak. Now we just making hasty decisions, swapping coaches here and there, and I don't really understand what's going on.
I'm telling you, it's strange because Amunike was Manu Garuba's assistant.
Really strange indeed.
Is it reshuffling or demotion?
Well, I think Amaju Pinnick will be able to answer that, because I still don't really understand.
Promoted, the other one was asked to come down.
For Garuba, it's demotion, and therefore Amunike, I think it's promotion. But the rationale behind it, for me, it's still very, very unclear.
Okay, last one on Sporting Life before we go on. Moses and Simon fit to face Wolfsburg tonight.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
are you expecting from him?
Yeah, of course he's young and highly talented. He's speedster too. He adds bite to the attack, either from the wings or playing from the middle. I think coming back from injury against Wolfsburg would be a good. I mean, it would be nice for his team to have him back against Wolfsburg. It's going to be a big game for them.
Surely.
I think with Moses back, it will help them probably maybe get a goal or two, or maybe probably win the fixture.
Yeah,
That's right. Let's
Complete
go
Sports.
to the Complete Sports newspaper now. Tana, this one says CSK president, why we blocked Musa's Leicester move. I don't care what sort of reasons he's giving, but I'm sure you know they didn't do the Nigerian player any good.
Of course he didn't, I was shocked, and it's like Musa maybe being a loyal player didn't actually push for him, I mean for the move. He's been quiet all this while. But I understand CSK, after letting Seydou Doumbia go,
Exactly.
they wouldn't want to allow Ahmed Musa again go. I mean,
player,
I mean, he's, for me, one of the most important players for CSK,
Yes.
and I understand that. And they probably want to wait till the end of the season. By then, they would have been able to maybe get other, recruited other players, and then they can say, okay, Musa, we've gotten enough, you can now move. But I would have, wanted Musa to be in Leicester, and then probably be part of the history. Yeah.
Celebrate the title they've not won.
Probably be part of history.
As long as they finish champions in top four,
yeah.
that's definitely a plus for them.
Sure.
Yeah, but it looks like his days are numbered in Russia, though.
Yeah, sure. He's been there all his while. I mean, all this
Leicester
while.
has already been the searchlight on him
needs to
right
leave.
now, so other players start looking at him.
Yeah, we've actually had situations where we had a lot of our players doing so well outside England,
right.
and when they are at the twilight of their careers, they now come to England and don't perform. We had cases of Julius Agawa. MNK just moved in, but you see fans are complaining he's not doing this and all
Even at
of
the
that.
time Okocha went to
He has
go.
played just one.
Yeah, at the point he went to
No,
go to
Okocha actually dazzled.
Yeah, but of course,
Imagine if he had come earlier.
if he had come earlier and played for
Ask
Chelsea.
Rio Ferdinand is going to tell you something about him.
JJ showed a lot of class in the Premier League. He was getting to the twilight of his career.
he
was
did.
awesome.
Okay, there's still this one from Ahmed Musa. He's saying ahead 2017 AFCON qualifier. Don't write off Eagles' chances. Musa confident of Nigeria's qualification for AFCON.
Yeah, of course, what do you expect him to say? He's captain of the team. That's right. He will have to beef up confidence ahead of the game. And Musa, he's actually giving his all anytime he plays for Nigeria. We know him as a disciplined person. Maybe he could help impact this on the team too, and then we'll probably get going against Egypt next month.
Okay, finally, let's just say this one. Get ready for the Olympics. Siasia confirms Brazil friendly. I think it should be coming from the NFF.
Well, sometimes they say when the mountain doesn't go to Mohammed, then Mohammed has
Maybe he just want to blow it.
Yeah, of course. Probably want to, probably Federation to say, okay,
Make them act.
you need to do something. We need to play high-profile games, We're down with the Eagles. A lot of us are no longer confident of what the national team can do for us. We're looking at the under 23 team. We have a lot of young talents and all of that. And for us to prepare adequately for the Olympics, then we have to play the big sides.
It's
true.
Come, bring Brazil with Neymar. We want to play them. Bring Argentina, bring the best team. Let's play them in friendly. Let's see how these boys perform. And between now and the Olympics, we'll be able to gel into a fantastic unit. And then we can take on the world and probably maybe go on to win gold.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, definitely. That will be the hope. Okay, talking about Champions League now, where Gus Hiddink says Chelsea is still very much in the race, of course. It's a 50-50 chance.
Yeah.
But coming to Stamford Bridge, they might just nick it.